Hello guys, this Withered Knight build is designed exclusively for trios as it is heavily focused on crowd control and supporting your teammates. Mages, Shadowstrix and Black Arrow deals much more DPS than Withered Knight as long as they have enough space to execute their combos. Don't get me wrong, on a 1 vs 1 situation, Withered Knight can easily pressure and eliminate any enemy, but in 3 vs 3 fights things are more complicated. If you can create space for your mates, for example, they will deal more than enough damage to win the fight. So, let's do a quick showcase of what this build can do. First, we will use Javelin Thrust along with both its talents. This will allow us to control exactly where to push the enemy. If they collide with a wall or another player, both targets will be stunned. After that, we follow up with a jump heavy attack to knock them down using our shield. We're using burst, which increases our detonation damage, our main source of DPS. On top of that, we'll be using seamless for cooldown reduction. Now, here is the cool part. Every time we knock an enemy down, we will refund additionally cooldown on all of our abilities thanks to seamless secondary passive. After using Javelin Thrust, if we successfully knock the enemy down, its cooldown drops to only 5 seconds. You already know how strong Javelin Thrust is, now imagine being able to stun enemies every 5 seconds. That's an incredible amount of utility for your team. For our second ability, I chose Break Your Shield Bash with the talent that applies slow. It's an easy ability to land, it applies Wither Mark, and the main idea is to slow enemies who are chasing down your carries or trying to escape. For our last ability, I will use Intervene with 1 talent point invested to increases the shield radius. Intervene grants a shield to your entire group, and that shield is boosted by our Spirit Shield affix, giving it 12% increased potency along with 5% magical resistance. Not only does Intervene have a very low cooldown, but after landing our Javelin Thrust combo, its cooldown is reduced even further. Believe me, being able to cast such a powerful shield so often makes a huge difference in team fights. Lastly, thanks to our talents, we will be able to use the Tier 3 Bash with our heavy attack. For the newer players, let me explain how it works. When you're holding heavy attack, you begin charging your shield. It can charge up to 3 levels. At the 3rd charge, it unleashes a jumping attack that looks like this. Even at the first charge, the attack will detonate Wither Mark. With the talents we are using, your shield will gain 1 charge every time you cast an ability. That means if we use Intervene to shield our team, Javelin Thrust to engage, and Break Your Shield Bash, we can then immediately press heavy attack to unleash the fully charged Tier 3 Bash combo. So, if we get 1 charge after each ability, this means your rotation can also be ability, then quick press heavy attack, detonate the Wither, and then use another ability, do the same, detonate Wither for second time. With our final talent, Brute Force, we will also apply slow to every enemy hit while pushing the nearby enemies back. Again, this is useful both offensively when you are trying to catch someone and defensively when you're protecting your teammates. For our Greatsword, we will only keep 1 ability, the Hook, and we mainly swap to the Greatsword just to use this ability or when we want to deal damage to bosses. Overall, our goal is to keep our teammates safe by shielding them and controlling enemy movement. However, you can also play aggressively by jumping into 3 enemies and trying to stun them all at once. Every knockdown reduces your cooldowns, and most of your damage comes from detonating Wither Mark. With the rest of our fixes, you will be tanky enough to survive the pressure while also providing another valuable buff to your team. Brotherhood will grant nearby allies additional defense along with a 1.8 attack boost. If we were to change anything in our talent tree, I would probably remove the 2 perks from the core archetype, Brute Force and Counter Impact. That would let us invest those points into other useful talents like enhancing Intervene to grant allies movement speed or unlocking the automatic revive. And other good talent options include Focus, which will make it easier to land your bash and also applies dodge distance reduction, Joint Pierce, which also applies slow after using Hook, Sacred Body for additional magical resistance, or Righteous Creed, which will grant a very nice damage boost after detonating Wither. I haven't fully decided which version I prefer yet, so give it some time and go with whatever feels best for you. Finally, I will share 2 versions of this build, one with purple gear and one budget version using blue. I will leave the import codes in the description, so do me a favor and leave a like while you are down there. If the import link doesn't work, you can simply copy the gear shown on my screen right now. Of course, the goal is to get every affix up to level 5, and to achieve that we'll be using the Brew Elixir. Anyways, that's it for this video. Withered Knight support build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe for more relevant content. Have fun playing and see you on the next one.